Hey there, welcome to today's video where we're going to show you demonstrate an exercise or two. But I want to talk about the importance of stretching after a lot of cardio. So many people do cardio machines at gyms or at home where they're doing a lot of repetitive motion and then they just stop or cool down and stop and they don't stretch. And one area that I see a lot of my clients have trouble is their hip flexor. So I want to show you a good way to stretch that after a nice cardio session. You'll need a pillow or a mat for the floor. And you can do it with a chair too, so I'll show you both ways. On the floor, you put the leg you're going to stretch straight down on that mat or pillow, right? And you have your legs kind of in like a lunge position here, but you don't want your knee to go over your toe. What you have to do is scoot your hips under, tuck them under, so you feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor all the way down your quad, right? And you don't have to lunge forward or anything, so you just feel that stretch. You might want to tighten up your glutes a little bit so you feel it even more. And then once you feel that good stretch, you hold it for a good 20 to 40 seconds, depending on how tight you are. And you may really feel that stretch intensely because you haven't been stretching it, right? And that's the problem. So make sure you do that. And if I do this, I kind of get the stretch down my quad, so I may or may not do a separate quad stretch sometimes, but I definitely always do this one, right? And then the other one that's really important, and let's show the other side on a chair, okay? So on the other side, we're going to stretch the left one this time. I'm going to use a chair. You can put your foot up on a step or on a chair, one step a little lower, like that would work too if you have a step, but I just have the chair right now, so I'm going to show that. Again, you hinge forward from the waistline, or not hinge forward, you scoot your hips under, you tuck your glutes under, and you feel a nice stretch here, and that way you don't have to lean forward with that knee over the toe. And you hold that stretch, again, a good 20, 30 seconds, so you really give the muscle a chance to elongate, because what happens is it gets tight and short because you're doing contraction and contraction and contraction all over again by doing the cardio or by doing lunges, squats, anything like that. So at the end of your workout, you go ahead and elongate the muscle, bring it back to its full shape, so you keep your flexibility and you don't get injured. Right? The other one that's really good to do that people don't always do, and I'll do this one on the floor, I just have a mat to sit on, is a glute stretch. Okay. So the way I like to do that, and there's a couple of different ways obviously to stretch anything, put your leg over the other one, and then you want to feel the stretch here in your glutes, so you just hug it in nice and tight. I really feel that in that right glute right now, and that one I always feel. So I know that's one that I have to stretch every time I work out. Really important, right? Because it feels really good to stretch that. Okay, I love that stretch. Yes. And then when you're ready, after 20, 30, 40 seconds, however long you want, cross the other leg over and now hug it in really tight, really pull it so you feel a nice stretch there. Oops, sometimes it's hard to grab. There we go. And you feel that nice stretch. Now on the other side, and you hold that and you just relax into the stretch. That way you can really let the muscles go back to original shape and size and elongate after all that contraction. Right? That feels so good. Love that stretch. And then the other one I always do if I do cardio, which is almost all lower body, right, is I do a nice calf stretch. And one way to do it is just bring the leg forward, step it back far enough away where you feel the stretch in your calf, but your heel stays on the floor, and you should feel it nice and intensely. Sometimes I do it against the wall and brace myself, but I like doing it this way too. And then you feel that stretch really well in your calf muscle, and you just relax and hold that one so you don't end up with Charlie horses, right? Hate that feeling. Good. And the other side, again, draw the leg in and then step it back far away from you and get the heel on the floor and feel that nice stretch in the calf muscle. So the calves, the hip flexor and the quads at the same time, and the glute stretch are the primary ones. Sometimes I'll do a butterfly if I feel I need to for the inner thighs, and every now and then I might do a hamstring, but the recent research has said that you don't need to stretch your hamstrings because most people are actually over flexible in their hamstrings. But if you do need to stretch your hamstrings, you can straighten your leg out by putting your heel on the floor and straighten out the leg. Bend the other legs, go down, and feel that nice stretch. Right. Again, a lot of the research say now you don't have to actually stretch your hamstrings. And the butterfly for the inner thigh is one way to do it, is to put your feet together and stretch it out. Right? And of course, there's a whole series on of stretches you could do for your back and chest, shoulders, arms, all over the place, neck. But this is the good basic set to do after your cardio sessions. Okay. It only takes a couple minutes, and that way you'll stay flexible and feel good. That's Georgie. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Please do subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much.